Hi everybody, this is Hal Weeks for Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm coming to you from the front counter at Daigle Autoharps, and this week I am doing a remake. So this is a revision of my old video that was called Buying an Autoharp for Beginners, and I'm just going to kind of wing it my way through here. And I made that video like 6 years ago, and it's starting to show some wear and tear around the edges, and I thought I would update it and make it all new and shiny for you. My opinions have not changed that much in 6 years. This is a video that is going to go through the different tiers of what is available. Tier as in levels, not tiers as in, I can't believe. Anyway, there are different things available out there, and unfortunately, in my opinion, Autoharp is not that easy to get into as a beginner, especially when you know nothing about them. And they're not inexpensive. You pay what you think is reasonable for an Autoharp online, and then you get something that is really not very fun to play, and you put it away. And you're discouraged, or you have to invest a lot of time fixing it yourself, or you have to invest a lot of money to get somebody else to fix it. This is all aimed at helping you be a little bit more aware, and buying a new Autoharp when you are a beginner, it's all about buyer beware. So these are some of the things you should be aware of. So I have found throughout the shop and tuned up 4 Autoharps that I'm going to share with you today. They represent the 4 different tiers. I think in the original video that I made there were 5 different tiers. One of those is no longer available. So now it's 4 tiers of layers that I'm going to demo for you here today. And the first tier is, well, I'll start at the top and I'll go down like I did in the last video. And so the best option for the beginner is a Luthier Autoharp. And this might be a surprise because most people, when they're starting out, they don't start at the top. That's why, well, here at Daigle's we have Autoharps that are aimed at the person who's just starting out. This is our Tahoma model, and it is the entry-level Daigle Autoharp, which you might go, but here's the deal, folks. You get an Autoharp that is ready to go right out of the case, and yes, you do get the case with it. You know, on top of that, the action is smooth and quiet. It's got brand new felts on it, brand new Schreiber strings. It is handcrafted. It comes with a full warranty for the original owner, and it sounds phenomenal. Now, when you really invest in something that you think you're going to learn, it makes it more fun to pick it up. And the more often you pick it up and play it, the more you're going to be rewarded by having a fun, relaxing, musically rich experience. That's one of the nice things about Autoharp, is that you can come to it without a lot of previous knowledge, and you can be playing songs in just a few minutes. And in this case, those songs can sound really good. So that's the top tier. Of course, we have models that go up from here. We have 9 different models that we offer to the public. This is just the entry level. So let's go down a tier. This is a vintage refurbished B model Oscar Schmidt. It is vintage in that this particular one is probably from the late 70s, early 80s. This one's not even an American-made one. The American-made ones are even better. But this one is, because it's a vintage, it's got a nicely built body that resonates really well, and it has a really good tone. By the way, just an afterthought, remember, don't listen on your phone. Don't listen on your laptop speakers or your phone speakers. If you're listening on your laptop or your phone, that's fine, but get earbuds or headphones, something to give you real premium sound so that you can hear the difference. I'm making a high quality audio recording so that you can hear the difference. And you will notice through speakers like that, that this one does not have as much bass resonance as the harp I just played. And that's the difference. This is as good as it gets with Oscar Schmidt. This is really good Oscar Schmidt tone. And being a refurb, or what I call a flipped harp, it came in the door in disrepair because it was an old vintage harp that had been probably poorly stored, and I restored it. I put on new strings, new felts, I rearranged the chord bars, I lowered the action and put on lightweight springs. The action is nice and quiet for a Schmidt. There's very little rattle and no bang, 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 bang when I'm pushing the buttons. The buttons are close to the strings so that it's not fatiguing to play. So this Autoharp is choice number 2 because you can play it right out of the box. You can count on the fact that it has been gone over by a pro, me, and all the problems have been weeded out. Oh, another thing I did was I secured the anchor. These B models, when you buy them new or when you buy them from somebody on eBay or something, the anchor most likely by now, if it's a vintage one, is starting to slide out. And if it slides out just a little bit, it will ruin the top. The top will collapse. And I have to anchor those. I put in 5 screws going in through the anchor this way. I have videos about that. Look up my Anchors Away video about the anchor problem that's now manifesting in some of these B model auto harps, even the new ones. And that's where I'm going to go next, I believe. Let's take a look at that. Here is a new Oscar Schmidt. This is a new one. I'm trying to play all of these in the same key. The new Oscar Schmidt, you'll notice that the buttons are noisier. This one I think has had a little action work done on it because I can feel that. This anchor has not been secured down in place. And the other thing about these is that the new Oscar Schmidts, you have to use the wrench that comes with the harp. This one is not one of those wrenches. I'll go get one though. But I wanted to show you, if you use another wrench that was not provided with the harp, the tuning wrench doesn't even fit on the pins. And visually you can't see why that would be. Here's one of our pro wrenches that comes with our auto harps and that we recommend. You can't use this on one of these harps because it won't go on the pins either. Notice that it's sitting way up on the top, and if I turn this, it's going to strip the pin. So you can't use these. This won't work. Let me go get what works. Hi there, I'm back. Okay, so here's one of the T-handled wrenches that we sell. This is what actually comes with a Daigle auto harp, and it's a T-wrench. It has a star on the bottom. I don't know if that focused on that or not, but the little hole is a star shape, and it won't go on the pins either. See how wobbly it is? Can't use this, it'll strip the pins. You have to use what comes with the harp, and guess what? It doesn't really fit the pins that well either. This is a big problem, Oscar Schmidt, and we would like to know what you're going to do about it, but you haven't done anything about it because it's been this way for years now. I don't think anybody over there is listening. I don't think they care. I have compared Oscar Schmidt with a Troika doll. It's like the little doll that is inside a bigger corporation, that's inside a bigger corporation, that's inside a bigger corporation, that's in a big corporation, and the big corporation doesn't even know that that little doll exists inside, and doesn't know what an auto harp is, and wouldn't know. So this is why this choice is so far down the ladder spectrum. Yes, the price gets into a price that is more affordable for a beginner, but at what cost? I recently interviewed, you can go watch my interview with Mel Rich from last year. She had to buy 4 of these before she got one that would stay in tune. When I tuned this, and I have tuned it, I think I just played it for you, the pins felt really soft, like they were mounted in butter, and that's why they won't stay in tune. So now I really, really, really wish that these were a good choice so that we could recommend them for beginners, because beginners need something that they can pick up and play. Ultimately, it's a disappointment. This is why we don't stand behind, we can no longer stand behind the auto harps that they make. And so, we repair them and we will get them and refurbish them, the vintage ones. The new Oscars, not so much. So this is level 3. We're getting down there, folks. Let's move on. By the way, the anchor on that one has not been fixed, in case I didn't say so. Okay, here's the bottom level. This is the old black auto harp. And I know what you're saying. You're saying it's not black, Al. Well, this is a very unusual edition of the old black auto harp from the 60s, from the 50s, going back from the very early 70s, I think, back into the 1800s. And it was before they were redesigned as the B model. They were an A model under this cover. I've had other videos about this. Under this cover, the strings wrap around the bottom and they go onto pins, hitch pins that hold them. And they have these bridges. It's extremely light. And this is what they sound like. I'm going to play it in G if I can. Here's the problem with buying one of these. They are almost guaranteed to have something wrong with them because they were not built to last. And they were made with cheap materials. And over the years, they have come unglued a lot of times. Down here, if you take this cover off, you will find that the back is coming away, or you'll find that the top is bulging out or sinking in. You'll see separations, or you'll see big cracks in the back. These buttons, listen to the buttons. They travel a huge distance. Because Oscar Schmidt didn't care. And people bought them anyway because they were great. But they are almost always in disrepair because they have been stored carelessly. They have been in somebody's attic or in somebody's garage or in somebody's barn or in somebody's basement, exposed to moisture and mildew and dust and maybe unair conditioned spaces, so that they've been in the heat and they've been stored for 50, 60, 70 years or more. And the seller doesn't know this. The seller is looking at it, well, it looks okay to me, because they don't know Autoharps. And so you look at the pictures, looks okay. Hey, it says it's in excellent shape. I'll take the risk. So you put out maybe $150 for one of these, and you get it, and it needs new strings. When you touch the strings, they feel all oxidized and corroded. That right there, just to buy the new strings, is going to be $75 to $90, and then they have to be put on. And putting on new strings when you're a beginner and you just want to find out if you like playing it is really annoying. And the felts could be moth-eaten. A lot of times when you take them off, you see these little tunnels going through the felts. It's true. So they've been worm-eaten, or they're dropping off because the glue may or may not have just turned to powder over the decades of mistreatment. And you can't see that from the outside, so you don't know. And the vendor is certainly not going to tune it up to find out and know. And so you're taking a risk, and you're getting a low price, but by the time you've upgraded it and brought it up to the place where it's pleasant to play, these are the jokes, folks. So some people love these because they love to tinker. So if you're a tinkerer, then it changes the paradigm. But if you don't know if you're going to want to play, if you like to play, if playing is going to stick, this is what we're up against with getting a vintage harp online from an unknown buyer. So when you get something from somebody who knows auto harps, like if you if you are looking at Autoharps online and they say they are refurbished or they are from an Autoharp player, or they have been upgraded or optimized, those are all buzzwords that somebody who knows what they're doing, who is part of the Autoharp community, has invested some time in making this a good harp. The ones that we flip here, that I do, all come with a limited warranty, because we can be darn sure that the materials are good, and you can see the details of that online on our website. I'm not remembering the details here, but I'm just making this video to make you aware of all these different prices and levels of what you're looking at when you're starting to look at auto harps. So let's talk about the price levels, okay? Let's go back through the tiers. Luthier auto harps, the least expensive ones that I know about out there are right around $1,000, and they go up from there. Ours start at about $1,500. Now this is at the time of the making of this video, and right now it's early 2024. Hard to believe. Anyway, and they go up because we have 10 different models going up in price. The vintage Oscar Schmidts that have been flipped or refurbished, those are right around in the $600 range. Sometimes we get them and we don't need to change the strings, so that can vary, whether it's got new strings on it or not. But if you're going to do that yourself, the strings themselves can cost about $100, and then you have to put them on, and you might need new felts. So we have done that for you. So we are, our flipped harps tend to start at around 600 and go up from there depending on various things. But you can be secure that we have secured the anchor and put nice felts on it, and it's ready to go. So you can play it out of the box and you don't have to worry about this stuff. The new Oscars, I don't even know anymore. They cost more than they are worth because of things that I've put out here. But I'm going to say that they start at, what is it, about 500 now? 495, somewhere in there. Hard to say. The old A models that I talked about, by the way, you're not going to find a gold one. This is rare. They are out there. Usually they're not in this good of a condition. This one is kind of amazing. I need to do a close-up video on this, but you're not going to find one that's gold like this. You'd be surprised. Boy, am I digressing here. You'd be surprised how many people will buy something because it looks cool, but it doesn't necessarily sound good. It's like, I like that one. It's pretty. So, yeah, that's an aesthetic. We want them to look good. But anybody who's seen Trigger, Willie Nelson's guitar, is going to know that that is he's beat up. He's been, he looks like Willie. He's been through it, and he can sing some country songs for you because he's all tore up. And isn't that just precious? So don't always let looks be your guiding light when it comes to buying an instrument. You want it to sound good, and you want it to play good and feel good in your hands, so that it's comfortable to play and you have a successful, pleasant playing experience. Okay, folks, so these, like I said, they can start at $100. and go on up from there. But don't expect them to be playable. You can expect that you're going to need to put some kind of work in. And if you don't know what you're doing, why bother? I mean, if you do know what you're doing, then it's fun to work on things like this. But if you don't, then you've got a long road to hoe just to get to the place where you can play and find out if you like to play. So that's my buying an Autoharp for beginners. If you have any questions about purchasing an Autoharp and you'd like to talk to professional Autoharp builders and dealers, we deal with Autoharps all the time. We are the only brick and mortar Autoharp business in a freestanding shop that is out there. And so we'd be glad to help you solve your dilemmas today. Hey, Pete.
Sorry, I didn't forget.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna go get those strings.
That was Pete Daigle himself walking through the shop. I am really jazzed about being here, working at Daigle Autoharps, and sharing the gold with you, and letting you know where the gold is and where the value is. And I hope that this video does the service that my last one did, because my last one was one of my most popular videos ever. And hopefully this one will be a little bit more modern and more updated for you all. I've been making videos now for years and getting better at it. They're still simple. One camera, no special lighting, no special effects. My videos are not effects driven, but if you are interested in talking to us about an Autoharp, you can give us a call, autoharp.com. Our number, you scroll to the bottom of the main page, and you'll find our phone number is there. And matter of fact, I can give it to you right here. This is my card. Hal Weeks. Luthier. I love that. DaigleHarp.com, 1-800-630-HARP. That is our phone number, 206-439-3549. That's our number here at the shop. You can call, you can talk to me, you can talk to Pete, and we can set you up with the Autoharp of your dreams. And well, I'm rambling on now, so I'm going to say goodbye. I teach online through Zoom, and you can contact me through my website, halweeks.com. If you're interested in some lessons, I sit right over there and I Zoom with people during the day, and I can Zoom with you and teach you how to play the darn thing. So I've gone on too long. I'm Hal Weeks. Thanks for watching. Good luck shopping for a new or used Autoharp. Bye-bye.